50 and above people who come. Yeah, so we shall see as the situation improves, we shall organize all these activities again. Even the international board is aware that most of the federations have cancelled because of the same coronavirus.
Our next story also continues on the outbreak of the coronavirus, where the closure of sports facilities has continued, with the latest being the National Sports Development Center. Others that have been closed include OIDC Zambia Sports Development Center and Basa Sports Academy. The measure is aimed at containing the outbreak of the coronavirus in the country. So far, 3 cases have been recorded in the country, and globally, over 180,000 have tested positive to the virus, which has already claimed over 7,000 lives. Sports events such as the Absa Cup in Zambia are now on hold. We now move on to volleyball, where the Zambia Volleyball Association has suspended all volleyball activities until further notice. Zava General Secretary Gift Sekela says a decision has been made that all events be suspended until such a time when government, through the relevant authorities, will guide due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Sekela has urged all volleyball players to continue to monitor the situation with regards to the COVID-19 pandemic in liaison with relevant bodies. He has also urged all stakeholders to fully abide by the decision.
The Zambia Volleyball Association, we have suspended all the volleyball activities that we had outlined for the first quarter of this year, because it is paramount that the health and the well-being of all our stakeholders takes precedence over any other activity. Therefore, given the current challenges that the COVID-19 pandemic has posed to health and administrative system all over the world, we want to support the Ministry of Health, and we shall abide by the statutory instrument number 21 and 22 that was given by the Honorable Minister. Therefore, we want to make sure that all our athletes and officials and all the stakeholders take precedence over anything, because their health is important to us. Therefore, in view of this, a decision has been made by the Zambia Volleyball Association Executive Board that all events will be suspended until such a time that the government, through the relevant ministries, will guide us due to the growing of the coronavirus. Therefore, we urge you all that together let us monitor the situation as it develops, so that we can be able to work together and abide by the decisions that have been passed by the association and the guidance from the respective ministry. Because as at yesterday, we are all aware that our country has recorded positive cases of the coronavirus. Therefore, we want also to join in taking measures to avoid the spread of this pandemic. Therefore, we urge you all to abide by this decision, and we shall keep you updated as
volleyball. Now joined by Andre Kayonde, who is an international master when it comes to chess, and he's also 6-time national champion. So he's the current defending champion when it comes to national events in as far as chess is concerned. And Andrew, I don't know, am I safe here knowing where you're coming from?
Yes, you. Yeah.
Andrew is just coming from South Africa. There was an event there, and he will take us through what happened, how he fared in the chess tournament that did take place. It's called the Boardwalk Chess Championship.
Yes.
How was your performance?
Well, I dominated the event. So we had a Grandmaster from Portugal, and International Master from Botswana, an International Master from South Africa, and 2 FIDE Masters, one from Zambia, one from South Africa. So the purpose of the event was to try and get norms for the FIDE Masters. And I trained very hard for the event, and I won it with 2 rounds to go. So it was a very sweet victory for me.
Does that mean it wasn't that competitive or what?
Oh my goodness. The opponents
you prepared adequately for this very important event.
My opponents were very, very strong. So you have the likes of Daniel Kodri. Daniel Kodri is one of the highest rated in the southern region, South African, and he's been playing chess. That's what all he does. So the only thing I did differently is I trained very much. And when you look at the Grandmaster, I beat him back to back. So the Grandmaster from Portugal only lost to me back to back. But then I wasn't so surprised, because at the last Olympiad in Georgia, That's 2018. I drew with one super grandmaster called Ivanchuk. So for me, I think my training is right and the results are sweeping in. So for me, everything is gelling together very well now.
Let's talk about the situation. I'm sure you followed all the earlier stories that we did cover. It's something to do with COVID-19, and this is also a situation in South Africa. How was the situation where you were located, and how long were you there?
COVID-19 is devastating. I was there when President Ramaphosa was giving his address to the nation. It felt like a war, eh? So how the borders were being closed and how just activity all of a sudden began to cease. So it began from Durban and spread to Johannesburg. Fortunately, where I was, there were no cases, and the organizers of the event, because it was a very small event with not so many people, had taken a lot of precautions. So what we are doing now,
that's the goodness of chess, because you don't get to assemble in large numbers like is the situation with these other sports displays.
Oh yes, that's the advantage we had. So it was a very small number, very easy to control, and because we were playing from Boardwalk Hotel, which is where the tournament was from, the controls were very easy to institute. So I saw controls happening for COVID. But one thing I could see when coming back, oh my goodness, is people rushing back to their countries because of these. They are afraid of, will I get back home? So there's a lot of fear among us people. And I was quite impressed when I got to our international airport, the screening process happening. So you are being screened, and apart from being screened, they are getting your details. So in case of anything, they will be able to contact you. I think for me, that shows that we are also a step ahead of our compatriots, because I don't remember that happening on the other side from South Africa upon arrival.
And good outing there. You also have your medal with you.
Yes.
What does this victory entail?
This victory entails for me, it increases my ranking. In ranking, I go up. Apart from that, there was a tournament that I was due to play in. It was on 4.5 in Lesotho. But unfortunately, Lesotho, they've also closed their borders and we cannot go there. So the tournament has been cancelled. As such, it's not going to take place until a date that is going to be communicated later on.
The effect that such a decision has on your pursuit for not just to remain an international master. I'm sure you'd want to be a grand master. We had Amon Simutowe, the grandmaster. I think he's the only one that has ever reached that stage when it comes to the region.
No, there are two. There's one from South Africa.
For Zambia, he is the only one. He was the first grandmaster.
Try and also get to grandmaster. This, of course, it delays my pursuit. But it's just been postponed, so it gives me more time to prepare. And chess, it's an indoor sport, so I don't have to go to a field like any other sport. So I'll use this time instead for preparing, and just be careful now, because I do not want to get this coronavirus and be unable to travel. So I'll be very careful as well on my side, so that I take the safety precautions that are being advised.
And finally, Andrew, as we end our discussion, looks like it's been very easy for you to sail through all these years. You first won your title, was it 2014?
Yes.
Since then, you've just been sweeping through, and you are the current champion.
Yes.
What is happening to the other competitors?
So my competitors, it's interesting. Their focus is so much on dethroning me, such that they lose sight of the other competitors. On the other hand, because threats always come in from different angles, I'm ready for all my opponents. So at any given time, I'm the guy who's prepared for all my opponents, whilst my opponents are only prepared for me. So it so happens that they come and meet me, and I beat each one of them and go on to win the national championship. And also, I have a very strict policy on training. So I think for me, Zambia having another grandmaster is something that I really want. When Lorita, for instance, got to get a silver medal at the All Africa Games, that was a proud moment, and we want more of that. So I'm training, and my dominance, I think, will continue for as long as there's no one else training as much as I do.
So basically, I think what it entails is hard work, and that's what Andrew Kayonde is telling us. And unfortunately, you won't be going for the 4.5 Lesotho Games, but wish you all the very best, as you would want to defend the national championship for the fifth time.
No, now it will be the seventh
Victory, but in as far as our defense is concerned, I think because
this
there's
will
a
be
point where there was a
sixth
gap.
time. Yes, it will be the 60th time.
So yeah, he would want to defend it for number 6, and we only see that usually in this sport. In bodybuilding, where Sylvester Mwila has dominated, I think, for about 9 or so years.
Yes.
It's a situation.
Good morning, welcome to the Milk Cafe. Milk It is a milkshake made with love and fun. Milk It! The fun and how we make it. We blend it and we shake it until we get it done. Hey! Chocolate and vanilla, strawberry and banana, joy in every sip. Milk It! So when you want a milkshake with taste that you won't forget, go and grab Milk It. Pick your favorite flavor from chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, and banana, and taste the joy in every sip. Milk It Milkshake, the shake that moves. Trade Kings, improving lives.
See how it works. I'm a money lender. When someone wants money, they bring collateral. If I'm interested in the collateral, that's where you come in. We steal their money when they fail to pay.
So you don't want to give us the money? Is that good? Ow! Give us the money right now.
Enough.
Like a mother's love, Tasty High Juicy is made from high-quality fruits. Start your day with Tasty. For that full breakfast, you can never go wrong with Tasty High Juicy. Treat your child to the lovely benefits of Tasty High Juicy. Tasty comes in different flavors. Manufactured by Revin Zambia Limited. For details, contact Revin Zambia Limited on +260 972 211 113. Email us on info@revinzambia.com or visit www.revinsarl.com.
People always have things to say about celebrities. Some positive, some negative. In fact, some people even feel they have celebrities' lives figured out. To know about the real lives of Zambian celebrities, catch Celebrities Pick. Landy speaks with various celebrities and has them sharing intimate truths about themselves and the things they get up to when not in the public eye. What was their upbringing like?
I grew up in an extended family setting.
How did their careers begin?
Well, obviously influences. How my career began in the media industry influenced.
What has been the saddest moment of their lives?
Lowest moment of my life was 2015 when my sister died. I don't think there's anything that has ever come close to that.
Come along with us and explore the real lives of your favorite celebrities. Catch Celebrities Pick every Saturday at 17 hours, exclusive to Diamond TV.
Yeah, I just washed this. Nalipate fiko ineshifaya fiko etombofe shaboom. Nizonda dotindiye tamene nikondo service saboom. Makes your whites much whiter. White school shirts and laundry. Your surface is sparkling brighter. Your number one top stain fighter. Oh yeah, boom. Introducing Boom Household Bleach, your new number one bleach specifically formulated to bring out the whitest whites in your laundry, plus many more uses in your home. Your number one household bleach. Boom Household Bleach.
Trade Kings,
improving lives.
Bring the fun home with Box Office this February. Having a sleepover? Why not invite the Addams boys and ghouls to join you?
Totally awesome.
It's very obvious why Maleficent and Aurora should also make the list. Well. Just press the green button on your remote, grab the popcorn, and start watching with DSTV's School of Laughter.
Welcome back now to today's international sports news. English football will be suspended until at least 30th April because of the continued spread of coronavirus. Now all games in England's Premier League, EFL, Women's Super League and Women's Championship and all fixtures in Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland are currently postponed. The Football Association has also agreed that the current season can be extended indefinitely. Under the current rules, the season had been scheduled to end on the 1st of June. A joint statement issued by the FA, Premier League and EFL expressed a commitment to finding ways of resuming the 2019-2020 season and completing all domestic and European matches as soon as it is safe and possible to do so. The postponement of Euro 2020 has opened up a window for domestic league fixtures to take place in June. However, at present, the UK government has effectively banned sports events by advising against mass gatherings. We now go to Formula One, where Ferrari say they will support a plan to delay the introduction of major new rules aimed at improving the sport. On Tuesday, Ferrari was the only one of the 10 teams not to back a plan to delay the 2021 rule changes by a year because of the coronavirus crisis. However, team boss Mattia Binotto said on Thursday Ferrari is ready to take a responsibility for a choice that must be made in the interest of the sport. The move, which is aimed at reducing costs at a time when the sport is likely to see a drop in income because of a shortened season, is due to be discussed at a teleconference on teams and Formula One bosses on Thursday. For it to be adopted, Ferrari must approve it, as not only do rule changes at this notice require unanimity among the teams, but Ferrari also said has a veto over any rule changes they consider to be counter to their interests. Binotto emphasized that the teams in Formula One must carefully evaluate every aspect of the plan before going ahead. Assuming it is approved, it means the rules shake-up, which includes a major redesign of the cars to enable them to race more closely together to close up the field, will now be introduced in 2022. So those are the details in as far as the Diamond Sports News is concerned, brought to you by Mbet Zambia. My name is Nchimu Nyangando. Good afternoon.
The sports news was brought to you by Mbet. Mbet, where winners play.